What's going on, boys and girls? Your boy Stanley Simmons back again with Stanley Simmons Reactions. And today, guys, we're doing another PayPal request sent in to react to the legendary, the greatest of all time, ain't no doubt about it, Miss Whitney Houston, I Have Nothing 1993 Billboard Awards. Now, I reacted to this video a couple years ago, and I told, the person that I reacted to this already, and they insisted that I react to this one, which is a HD version of it. So, I'm happy to, look at the video again and react to it, and I guess I'll give more of an analysis on the performance. And I'm ready to be blown away. We already know Prime Whitney is pretty much untouchable. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before we do, guys, if you want your reaction request put to the very front of the line and want me to react to it right away, make sure you check out my links below, my PayPal or my Cashapp, SOSReactions, and I will react to your video right away. Let's go ahead and get into it, see what Miss Whitney Houston has to offer. We know she's gonna kill it. She's the one, the only, 1/3 of the vocal trinity, and in my opinion, the greatest of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Whitney Elizabeth Nippy Houston. Let's get it in 3, 2, 1, bam.
An artist who is known affectionately by just one letter, Q, and that Q stands for quality. 4 decades
got that
of quality,
right.
in fact. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most honored artists in the world of music, Mr. Quincy Jones.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Whitney.
Thank you. While it may be a cliche to say that music is a universal language, it's also true that every now and then there's one special record that seems to say something to everybody. This year, that record and the artist who recorded it are Billboard's #1 world singer and #1 world artist. She sets a new record this year by winning 11 Billboard Music Awards.
With her gospel roots and peerless pedigree, she's always had that can't-miss tag. But back in 1985, nobody had any idea she was about to become the most successful female artist of all time.
Man, I miss these times, man.
Right
when
from the
artists
start,
were
the
artists.
numbers were staggering. Her first album, titled Whitney Houston, sold over 16 million copies worldwide. Spent 14 weeks at #1 and earned Whitney her first Grammy. How do you follow up the most successful debut album of all time? She did by having her second album enter the charts at #1. The first time a female artist had ever achieved that.
Whitney breaking records.
She won her second Grammy, and she broke the record established by the Beatles when Where Do Broken Hearts Go, the fourth #1 from that album, became her 7th straight #1. In 1990, the incredible run of success resumed when her third album yielded 2 more #1s.
I know all her music, man.
And when Whitney
girl
tackled the
sang.
movies in 1992, she instantly became a star, a romantic leading lady for the 90s. The Bodyguard became one of the top 10 grossing films of all time. Its soundtrack produced her 10th #1.
Instant goosebumps.
I Will Always Love You set another record by spending 14 straight weeks at #1. It is the biggest selling single in history by a solo artist. The album has sold over 24 million copies.
Ooh, just listening to that voice just gives you absolute goosebumps. Just that woman was something else, man. I remember my mom telling me a story of like when the Bodyguard came out, the movie, people would just go to the movie theaters over and over to see the movie just to watch and listen to her perform those hit songs. So that's crazy, that people liked her that much. They would just keep watching the movie in the movie theaters just to hear the song over and over. But I can't blame him. I mean, she's amazing.
What sets Whitney Houston apart isn't just that she makes hits. It's like every song she sings becomes an anthem. And during Desert Storm, the entire country was united with her heart-stopping performance of the national anthem at the Super Bowl.
You're not even into the performance, and I got goosebumps. Come on, Melisma.
At the top. Amazingly, although she's released only 4 albums, 3 of them are in Billboard's top 50 LPs of all time, and Whitney Houston is the only female artist in the all-time top 10. Since her first solo record in 1985, at least one of Whitney's albums has been in the charts for over 350 weeks. That's 7 years. Much of that time has been spent at number 1.
Am I the only one that doesn't really care about this song? But I know it, because everyone loves it. She's pretty, man. Look at the face.
The #1 album of the year.
I mean, Whitney Houston is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Just beautiful, just could sing. Every song that she sung, like he said, was an anthem. Was because not only was it a great song, not only was her voice great, but because she had emotion when she sung those songs. She was able to connect to those songs, and that's very important when singing a song, in my opinion. So
The #1 soundtrack album. The album most weeks at #1. The #1 world single for I Will Always Love You. And the #1 world artist for 1993.
Here we go.
Incomparable Whitney Houston.
Man, I wish I was here that night. 1993, I would give everything to be in and see this performance live. I would spend $1 million if someone said they could take me back to 1993 to see this live.
Share my life, take me for what I am, 'cause I'll never change all my colors for you.
I love how she sings behind the tempo. Just it's not, doom doom. She kind of slows it down to add that dramatic effect when singing a song like this. That's why I love listening to her sing songs live, because it's completely different than how she does it on the album. And not only that, but every time she sings it live, it's different from the last time.
Does it take my love? I'll never ask for too much. Just all that you are and everything that you do. I don't really need to look.
She looks gorgeous.
Very much further. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. I won't hold it back again. This passion inside, I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. Don't make me close one of my door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare.
Listen to the thickness and the richness, the fullness of the tone, the unbelievable agility. Just
Must I imagine you there? Don't walk away from me.
in that vibrato.
I have nothing if I don't hurt you.
And the unbelievable volume control and the head voice.
Your love. I never knew love like I've known it with you. Will the memories of
little pitchy right there on the memory. Looks like she has a problem with sound.
Don't make me close one of my doors. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare.
When people say Whitney Houston is not agile, it's just so funny. It's so funny, man. Even though she has such a thick voice, and traditionally big voices aren't as agile as a more of a lighter voice, she's unbelievably agile. Just the melisma up here. And not only that, just the fullness in her tone. And her mixing is beautiful here. Let's get back into it. Here we go. Listen to the mixing. Listen to the mixing. Absolute beautiful mix between the head and the chest. Beautifully done. It's mixed, but it's not too light. That's why I love her voices, because it's still full no matter where she is in her register. It's just an unbelievable thickness, even in her mix. You know, it doesn't have that whiny sound. You know what I'm saying? It's just a beautiful, consistent voice. Beautiful. Oh my God. And the agility, again, I keep sounding like a broken record, but her agility is off the charts. Let's go back and listen to that mix one more time. And the stay in my arms part. And the agility on the end of that. Did y'all catch that run? That quick 3-piece run that she did. Don't walk away from me. No. Let's check that out one more time. The no, if you slow it down, it's a 3-piece run. Alright, we're gonna end it right there, man. You know, man. To be honest, you know, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, man, she's gone, man. The woman is gone. She's dead. She never coming back. You know, and it's great to look at these videos and to see how great of an artist she was. But it's just like, dang, man, this is how it ends. You know, we're not gonna never hear Whitney Houston again, see her again. You know, she's just gone. You know, and unfortunately, I learned about her after her passing, and that's when I really started getting into her, because I was young when she died. I was probably like 14, and I wasn't involved with singing and stuff like that. So it's just so disappointing, man, to look at talent on this level, this magnitude, to be able to be capable of singing to this level, and on top of not only just sounding ridiculous, but looking good. You know, when she's singing, she looks great. You know, I mean, how many people can you name to me right now that looks good and can sing to this level? You know what I'm saying? We live in a world where we got Taylor Swift and Rihanna trending #1, or Billie Eilish or some crap, you know? And not to take away from those artists, especially like Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift is a great artist when it comes to songs, you know, but she doesn't have the capability of singing. People like Lady Gaga aren't really big artists, you know, anymore. You know, she had her time or whatever, and she's a great overall artist, Lady Gaga. But it seems like we don't value the same. We don't have the same values that we used to back in the day when it came to just music in general. You know, so that's what's disappointing to me, is that we come so far from singers like this to today. It's just so disappointing and so terrible to think where the industry is headed, because it's only going to get worse from here unless people start to value more important stuff over being unique, you know. And in my opinion, unique is not necessarily a good thing, because people just seem to value anything. You know, if you come out looking like a crazy person and start whispering and doing all weird type of stuff, all of a sudden you're looked at as a great artist. But anyways, not to deviate and to get into all that, but Whitney Houston, in my opinion, is the greatest of all time. People have covered this song, have covered Whitney Houston songs. No one can do her justice. The only person that can do her justice is Glennis Grace, to me, personally. Only person that I feel, especially when singing Run to You, when she sung Greatest Love of All, those especially songs like that. Didn't We Almost Have It All? Oh my gosh, she killed that. Only person that can do her justice. I've listened to many people sing Whitney Houston songs, and some have done it great. I've pointed out Jessie J is one of my favorites, but to me, it's just, you just got to have something, and no one has it but Whitney, and the only person that comes somewhat close is Glennis Grace, man. Just, again, the unbelievable thickness in her tone that she's able to command and demand your respect. She demands you to listen, you know. And when she pointed her finger out and said, you know, don't make me cool. I forgot how it went, but she pointed her finger out and demanded you to listen. I was listening, man. It was my attention was not going to be moved to something else, you know. She just has that quality in her voice, that thickness in her tone. That's like she's serious when she's singing. You better listen to what I'm saying. And just the unbelievable beauty in her tone, and then on top of that, just the unbelievable transitions, the speed in her melisma. Her mixing ability in this particular performance was unbelievable. She just has something special about her voice that no one else has, in my opinion, and that's what makes her Whitney Houston. That's what makes her, in a lot of people's eyes, the greatest of all time. It is just the ability to connect to the song, but also having that thickness of tone and that beauty of tone, the beautiful hit. It's just so many things that come together that create what we know as the voice. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Whitney Elizabeth Nippy Houston. Ain't nobody gonna do it better than her. I mean, it just is what it is. You can't look like that and perform like this and be on top of the world and be like her. You just can't. So don't even try. But let me go ahead and give shout out to Glennis Grace for being the only person to be able in this generation to give Whitney Houston the credit that she deserves while singing her song. No one else can sing the songs and perform them to the quality of Glennis Grace. So I want to give a shout out to Glennis Grace for that. And ladies and gentlemen, Whitney Houston, the best to do it, the best that ever will do it, and no one will ever overtake her. Sorry. It just is what it is. If you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and join the family. If you guys want instant reaction requests just like this one, check out my PayPal and my Cash App below. SOSReactions. You can donate whatever you want, and I will react to your video right away. It's your boy Stanley Simmons of Stanley Simmons Reactions, and I'm out. Peace.